Kia ora, everybody. Ke te pēhea koutou. Here I am. E whai ake nei, Isolation Blues. It's Monday. This is why I'm here, because I know stuff and I can tell you about it, hey? Yep, it's Monday, and today our government will be telling us when we're going to level 2. We've already got a reasonable insight on what level 2 might look like, because there was a big chat about that on Thursday. But now we'll know when it happens. Here at Arrow FM, we're going to take the cautious approach no matter what. So we go to level 2, we will begin to have our treasured broadcasters, program makers back in, but we'll maintain a degree of social distancing. We'll get out the hand sanitizer, we'll spray and wipe all the surfaces here, and we'll keep everything looking pretty good. Now, I don't have a guest this morning because I didn't organise one, all right? But I've got one tomorrow. Good one. Brian Pauling, they're all good guests. Haven't we had some great people? But Brian Pauling will be calling in tomorrow, Dr. Brian Pauling, who many refer to as the godfather of Access Radio. He wrote the book on it. I mean, he really did. He wrote a guidebook many years ago on what Access Radio should look and sound like. And now Brian's writing another book, which is a history of Access Radio in New Zealand. And we're all looking forward to that. We've obviously contributed with some information about how things work at our stations. And Brian's pretty close to putting it out. I imagine he's had a bit of time during this lockdown period to really get his head down. But he's a workaholic. He's a guy that would... he'd do that anyway. All right, so it's pretty much just me and some good music. Now, I've got a CD here called Take Your Glasses Off, Michael, so you can read it. It's called Bravura. This is Jonathan Besser, who's a well-known musician in New Zealand. He used to do... Now, what was his band called? Free Radicals. And he used to put together strange loops and do electronically clever things with them a long, long while before looping became a thing. Jonathan was doing it. He's been classically trained as a jazz pianist. And when he put this out, it's all about klezmer. Klezmer, is that the name of it? Klezmer music, which is a Jewish folk style. Lots of accordion sounds and clarinets and violins and whatnot. Well, rather than talk about it, why don't I play one? I thought I'd play one here called Friday Night Blues. No, Friday Night Alone. Because, hey, it's not Friday night anymore. It's Monday and you're not alone. Go, Jonathan. Quiet and mysterious to begin with, isn't it? Jonathan Besser and Bravura. Interesting, eh? Good on you. Not one of his more rousing numbers, I have to say. I might put on one of his tangos a bit later. Yeah. All right. Good morning. Isolation Blues, Michael here. As I say, I'm talking with Dr. Brian Pauling tomorrow. And then I'm going to get the international perspective and talk with Oscar Wilson from LA. Oscar's my son, all right? And he's an actor, dancer, carpet cleaner in LA, and he's been under their version of lockdown for a long while. And I think a bit like me, he's taken it more rigorously than many of the population. And I'll be interested to hear what his perspective is on how things are looking and feeling over there, because quite frankly, I'd be a bit more scared if I was living over there than here. Anyway, it's mostly about music today. And what have I got? I've got some Maria Volonté on the other CD player. And this would be a good time to listen to one, wouldn't it? Because otherwise it's just me, and you don't want that. I think I've got, let's see, Nueve Vidas, Maria Volonté.
Luego, sueños escritos en el cielo, vivir buscando solo hasta encontrar, y andar, y andar, y andar, y andar, y andar, y... Sol, aquel que yo esperaba, pero la muerte celosa lo robó y no le importó cuánto lo amaban frente al abismo. En vez de saltar, con mi guitarra me puse a cantar. ojitos en el cielo, seguir buscando sol hasta encontrar, y andar, y andar, y andar, y andar, y andar, y...
Maria Volonté, Nueva Vidas. This is Isolation Blues, a program where I normally get all sorts of interesting people on and chat with them about all sorts of interesting things. And today I'm not. I'm just sitting here being uninteresting myself, but listening to some great music, so I'm very pleased about that. Fairly soon we'll be returning to something approaching normal. I will continue doing Isolation Blues this week, but depending on how many program makers we're able to get back to the station, maybe I'll be dropping that in the following week and reverting to presenting RAM. RAM is the program where I tell you about what's going on in the Wairarapa, and now that there will be things going on, it seems sensible to do that program. I've enjoyed having all sorts of guests on, so I hope to have lots of guests on RAM as well, because it enlivens the program no end, doesn't it? All right, I'm going to try another Jonathan Besser, and what with it being a tango, I reckon it'll be a bit more jumpy than the previous. Go Jonathan, and Bar Tango. Jonathan Besser with Bātanga. Ke te whakarongo mai koutou ki Arrow FM, your community access radio station. This is me, Michael, on Isolation Blues, and here I am, feeling fairly isolated, really. Veronica should be in any moment and we'll have a cup of coffee together and I'll feel so much more inclusive and included. So the program's mostly about music today, and tomorrow got Dr. Brian Pauling in to have a chat, then Oscar Wilson on Wednesday. Lucy Cooper's going to call in on Thursday. Lucy, as you know, does a program called Recuperate here on Arrow FM on Sundays. And then again, Jane Ross will be back on Friday. After that, on Friday, Ramil will be doing Te Wā Whānau, which he does via a video link. And once Level 3 has gone, well and truly, then Ramil will revert to doing his program once every 2 weeks. But he's been weekly during lockdown, which we're real grateful for because it's a good program. And Ramil's talking about doing another program about Asian cultures. Ramil himself is from Nepal, and he speaks a number of languages. Highly qualified to do this program. We look forward to hearing that one and seeing it occasionally too. All right, let's have another bit of Maria Volonté, and there's one here called Macorina. Now, I don't think that's, the Macarena, that's Macarena. This is, in fact, that's Macarena. This is Macorina.
Buscando la guardarraya que al ver tu talle tan fino, las cañas azucareras se echaban por el camino para que tú la molieras como si fueras molino. Ponme la mano aquí, Macorina, ponme la mano aquí. Ay, ponme la mano aquí, Macorina, ponme la mano aquí. Tu seno, carne de anón, tu boca una bendición de guanábana madura, y era tu fina cintura la misma de aquel danzón. Ponme la mano aquí, Macorina, ponme la mano aquí. Ponme la mano aquí, Macorina, ponme la mano aquí. brazos te lleva y yo sin saber qué hacer de aquel olor a mujer, a mango y a caña nueva con que me llenaste al son, caliente de aquel danzón. Ponme la mano aquí, Macorina, ponme la mano aquí. Ponme la mano aquí, Macorina, ponme la mano aquí. Ponme la mano
That was Macorina. I was out of the room. I've got things to do. I got a job here, you know. I've got stuff to do out in the office. And I was listening to it on the radio because I love the tune. But I was multitasking, wasn't I? And I left you in the lurch for, I don't know, 5 seconds. Sorry about that. Good track. As you can see, my attention is divided, but I don't mind because I don't have a guest and I won't be inconveniencing them. And the music's good, isn't it? So it's all good. Geez, I'm dying to have some people around here. We really enjoy being your community access radio station and having all these people representing all their different cultures, their special interests, their everything, really, their ideologies. And without them, you wouldn't get this great variety of input and realise what a diverse society we live in. And that is the truth. We do live in a diverse society and we need to embrace each other. I bet you're dying to embrace somebody, you know, what with your bubbles and all. But at least philosophically, we need to embrace each other. It's been a good period for that because I think we've had time to realise what isolation feels like, to realise that we are social beings and we depend on each other, and hopefully a bit of time for those of us who might not be as understanding about other cultural practices from our own, to realise that we're all people together. As our Prime Minister said, they are us. What about another Maria Volonté? I'm just going to grab one that I don't think we've had so far. Vidala par mi sombra? How about that? Vidala par mi sombra? All right. Something to do with sleep. Don't you think?
A veces sigo a mi sombra, a veces viene detrás. Pobrecita, si me muero, ¿con quién va a andar? Achatadita y callada, ¿dónde se podrá encontrar compañera que sufra igual. Yara, 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 yara. Yara, 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 yara. Yara, yara, yara. Yara, yara, yara. Yara, 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 yara. No es que se vuelque mi vino, lo derramo de intención. Mi sombra bebe y la vida es de los dos. Sombrita, cuídame mucho lo que tenga que dejar. Cuando me moje hasta dentro la oscuridad. Yera, yera, irara. Yera, yera, irara. Yera, yera, ira. Nera, yera, yera. Era, yera, yera. Era, yera, yera, yera.
Vidala par mi sombra. You know, I had a feeling that I was being stupid saying sleep. That would be somno, somnole or something. So I looked it up, and of course it's shadow. Sombra. Shadow. Duh. All right. I'm going to finish there. I'm going to go out and do something useful around the station, although this is useful, isn't it? Is it? Well, I played some music. Just leave, Michael. Go. Okay. All right. See ya.